Hey there, Player 1 to Player 2. This is Mike the Gaming Animator. I'm going to do a commentary for how to be able to get the rusted coin plus the good ending for the Resident Evil 7 demo beginning hour. So what you're going to want to do is first off is immediately try to go to the fireplace right behind you and go ahead and pull on that lever. Once you do that, the trap door behind you is going to immediately open up. I was playing on this at first with VR, and I switched back to regular just because of how many times I had to do this. It was rather frustrating. But once you get inside this box here, the trap box, you're gonna go ahead, trap room. You're gonna go ahead and get this fuse and go back out and put it onto the fuse box there for the staircase. Once you do that, you're gonna go ahead and want to take a right here and go inside to near where the bathroom is, and go ahead and go to this first drawer and just pop it open there, and you're gonna get a blank notebook. Now that's essential to be able to go ahead and kick start off this Easter egg, because what you're gonna use is that's a communication tool between you and Ellie, I think is her name. Next thing you want to go back is towards the staircase and open up that drawer there to get the dummy finger, go up the staircase and activate the stairs to the attic. Once that drops down, you're gonna want to go ahead and go up the stairs, and you're gonna take a right here in this first room here. And what you're gonna do now is once you get past the phone, take a right hand side, and you'll see that there's some writings on the wall there. Go ahead and activate that, and it should make a giggle for the Easter egg to begin. You'll pick out an essential key item. It's like a hand of a doll. I think it's a celluloid object. Pick that up behind those TVs, and then immediately go pick up the basement key right behind you. Once you go down, get the basement key, you're gonna want to immediately head down the stairs and basically head over towards the basement. Now this is kind of crucial on helping you get the good ending for the trailer, not so much as for the rusted coin. The rusted coin is not affected by any of the endings. You can get it no matter what you do. So once you go ahead and open that up, you're going to want to go downstairs, and basically you're going to pick up this lockpick. Well, actually, I guess we'll skip that now. You're going to go straight into the basement room. You're going to pick up that lever, and immediately what you're going to do is turn around, kick that open, and run back right behind this body bag, because one of those molders are going to fall down. You're going to want to kick the body into it and then run for the front door and try your best to hit it. Now you're going to have to do it twice to break it down. This is essential for getting the good ending. What you're wanting to do is to make sure you do not get hit not a single time by the molded. Now the reason that's essential is because if you get hit once, you won't be able to get the true ending. But if you're able to defeat the molded without getting hit once, you'll be able to get the true ending. As I said, not an essential part of the Easter egg for the rusted coin. So now that you make your way back up to the main hallway, what you're going to probably go ahead and do here is, I think I'm just going to go ahead and merge the pieces together, which is the doll finger and the celluloid object there. And go ahead and examine it. Point towards that bookshelf right there, and you should hear one of the deaths. Now the only way that these works is you have to be able to get the giggles from Alyssa, I think that's her name, and then point the fingers at where the murder scenes are. So without the giggle, you cannot get the murder scenes. So after that, you're gonna want to go ahead and start heading towards basically where the exit is. Get the bolt cutters, turn around, and immediately cut the bolts off of this drawer here, and get this VHS tape. Okay, and once you get the VHS tape, there's a couple more things that you should be able to get done. You'll be able to now go ahead and play that, but I think what we're going to go ahead and do is probably get some of the bullet ammunitions, probably the hatchet actually, and also the gun to kill the molded downstairs. I think I'm headed back up here to activate the second giggles, which is going to be down this hallway here. Some people say you have to look at the light. You don't. You just kind of run towards that, and that'll activate the next part of the Easter egg. So once you do that, you'll want to go back downstairs, and I believe it's going to be Oh no, it's actually towards the basement. You're gonna go all the way down to the basement. Now, as you go all the way towards the basement there, you don't have to worry about the molded creeping out on you, because there's gonna be it doesn't get activated until you get to a certain spot in the room. So go ahead and just head all the way down. And one thing I just want to make clear is you don't have to necessarily worry if you're not activating some of these Easter eggs at the right time. Some people think that there's a bug or you might lock out the Easter egg, but I don't think you will. There's a lockpick there, which I mentioned that when you first went down the basement. But open that up, and there's a body straight ahead right there, and you're gonna want to get that the hand again and just point at it, and you'll hear the next murder. Should be like a gunshot. Once that's accomplished, you're gonna go ahead and use that lockpick that you got and go back upstairs, and you're gonna get the hatchet out, because you need that in order to start the next giggle, or the next step of the Easter egg. Now, bear in mind, the reason I say I don't think it's too important as far as when you start the Easter egg is because after a while I got stuck towards the very end, and I started realizing, based off of everybody's comments, I don't think it really matters. I'll tell you what the big bug that people get stuck on, and it's usually towards the last Easter egg. So as I mentioned, you're gonna head your way back up to the kitchen, and there's a blue dresser that's locked. Go ahead and use the lockpick on it and get the hatchet. Immediately after getting the hatchet, you're gonna want to go ahead and take a right by the staircase where the picture of the woman with the hood over her head. Tack that, and you'll hear the giggle. Go underneath the staircase to the right in this little hutch room here, and crouch down and go ahead and get the finger out and point towards that wall. You should hear some excessive banging. After getting that, the next thing that you're going to want to do, and this may take you just a couple of tries, but there's a mirror right to your right as soon as you exit out of here. You're going to want to do a couple of 360 spins, probably look at the mirror and spin until you hear that laugh. Once you get that laugh, I believe you should be able to go up the stairs, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, you're gonna go up the stairs all the way to the attic, and you're gonna take a right over where the first door here is on your right. Go inside here, go past the telephone, and you're gonna look over here towards the bed and the bookshelf is. There's some wirings that's up there above the stainless steel piping. Just point towards where the wires cross, and you should hear some of the sound effects from the murder. Now, this is the part where people kind of get stuck and don't know what to do necessarily. The final part of the Easter egg, normally what you'll do is you would go towards the basement, and there's a little doll that's actually on the floor where you would get the attic key. Now, the problem with this situation is you're gonna need to probably go ahead and get the ammunition for the pistol. So you're gonna break a couple of these box containers to get the ammo that you're gonna see here. There's one under the bed, one inside that box we broke, and so with that being said, I think I'm only able to find like 10 bullets, 10 to 13 bullets. I think there's supposed to be 12, but this part's a little tricky because you have to be able to kill the molded without getting hit. Once you get hit, like I said, you won't be able to get the true ending. But either way, that does not affect the outcome for you to be able to get the rusted coin. I went ahead and just skipped the sequence where I push in the VHS tape because there's nothing essential about that. But I will say one thing: you must finish the entire video of the videotape. And what I mean by that is, don't be hasty to finish, like just try to rush before the automatic cutscenes are there. Actually thoroughly let it play out to where the guy's actually inside the trap room, and he walks over towards the staircase and tells you to go down it, so you can get a good hero scene going down. That's very, very important. I think a lot of people get stuck because they don't let that cutscene play and they just skip past it. You have to let that finish. Some people say to open up the pot as well when you're inside the VHS tape. You can, but I definitely noticed that when I let the full video play and let it go through the entire cutscene, that is when the Easter egg was available to me. As you notice, I went back into the bathroom, used the handle that we got from the basement to be able to go ahead and adjust the water to where you can flush down the toilet and get the pistol. There's some pistol ammunition in the bathroom, in the hallway above us where a couple books were, and down the staircase towards the bottom. So what I do to get this strategy on the way is I basically go inside this hallway here and I go back in. It usually has two spawning points, one where it's right close to me on my left hand side by that gurney, and then another one inside that room, and I stand up from a distance and I shoot. Now I usually only try to get one shot and I run back in, because if not I'll get hit, and then like I said, I won't get the true ending. Once again, doesn't affect the rusted coin outcome. It's just my preference of trying to get the true ending, because I was getting frustrated doing this little demo here. But I would like to go ahead and take the time and say that this tactics that I've picked up definitely has nothing to do with myself. I didn't learn this. I looked up several YouTube videos to see how to do this. Even the method of getting the Easter egg, I did not figure any of this out. I did have major help from looking at other YouTubers get this done. So I would like to say, many thanks to the YouTubers that have basically already tried doing this tutorial. I hope that mine won't be quite as confusing or delirious, and as you can see, I'm just trying my best to kind of get in and out and get to the summary of doing things. But I would like to, like I said, once again, step back and just make sure I mention some key points. Why I mentioned that I don't think it's essential when to start the demo, other than the fact of getting that fuse box. Got to get that at the very beginning real quick. But I don't think it matters too much. I think as long as actually what I think is interesting is I do think that you need to basically do some key essential things inside the house, basically beating the demo on your way towards the true ending, because if you don't do that, I don't think that helps activate the Easter egg. So that means getting that thing that breaks the chain, getting the VHS tape, getting the attic key. I'm not too sure how important it is to get the pistol, but just key essential things to be able to make sure you finish with the demo. I think those are all essential parts of me being able to start the Easter eggs, because I think if you try to just do it without doing certain things, I don't think the Easter egg will actually begin without you doing certain accomplishments within the demo. This kind of goes back to what I just talked about how important it is to actually do the VHS tape thoroughly and making sure that you actually let the whole basically cutscene conversations play out. I noticed that every time I was always just in a hurry and wanted to hurry up and finish, but I never actually let the cutscenes play out, and by doing that I was never able to get this final Easter egg laugh, which this is the room that you actually need to get the final Easter egg. You just have to kill the molded, and it's going to be in that room in the right there where the attic key is needed for you to get out of the window, and at the same time it's the same room that it's needed for you to be able to get this demo, the rusted coin on the way. And see, I already get hit here, so at this point I just say F it. It doesn't really matter anymore. Wanted to get the true ending, but as you can see, I'll go in and I every now and then it doesn't spawn, so I do think that's kind of strange. But I'm gonna go ahead and basically defeat it here and risk it killing it with my hatchet. And one thing that you'll notice that when you truly defeat it, the molded, it will break the lights out, which is kind of weird. Which is right there. Lights are gone. And then from there we can go ahead and continue. So you'll see I'll try to go inside here and try to look at the doll, which is right there on the floor. However, the Easter egg doesn't start. See, I went ahead and cut it because I had to go play it back and play that VHS tape again, and but I didn't show you there was a key right behind you for the attic. And so I played the VHS tape again and thoroughly finished it, and when I went back I heard her laugh. And once you hear that final laugh, you're gonna go ahead and make your way towards the, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is it the, oh, it's towards the kitchen. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to where that pot is inside the kitchen, and you're gonna get that doll finger, and you're gonna go ahead and point at it. Once you point at it, you should hear another murder sequence, and once that passes by, you will basically have completed the Easter egg for the dirty coin. And you'll see I'll go ahead and I think I pointed and nothing happens at first, so I have to open up that lid in order to actually get a result. So I'll open up the lid there, and I'm gonna go ahead and get that. You see I pick up the I was able to get that. I'm sorry. I was able to go ahead and just get that final kill. There you go. And so then from there, we're gonna take our way back to the finale, the room there, and once we make our way upstairs, you should notice when you go towards up the stairs, up the attics, all the way to your right hand side, basically near the stairway to the window there should be a door now covered in bloody hand marks. It was originally locked and you couldn't get in there, but now that it's unlocked because you've completed the Easter egg, you'll be able to go in, and inside there should actually be a sign saying that you are the best. Click it once, click it again, and you should get the coin. And that's the rusted coin, or I'm sorry, the dirty coin that you'll need in order to have it accounted for inside your main game for Resident Evil. You can now basically delete the demo, just keep your save file. So I'll let you guys enjoy the true ending there. I spliced it together, and I appreciate you guys coming by here. You have a wonderful day, and take care, and I love you all. Bye bye.
What?
Hey there, Player 1 to Player 2, it's Mike the Gaming Animator. I hope you enjoyed me getting scared out of my life on Resident Evil 7. If you did, please support us by donating to my Patreon, which in turn helps me to be able to bring out more content faster. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, and to see more of us, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right below and tap that bell icon while you're down there too. It'll help to let you know when our next video is out. You can also follow me on social media like Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, and Instagram to find out when I'm live streaming. Leave your comments and questions down below so we can look at your suggestions on our next video you'd want us to create. Once again, this is Mike the Gaming Animator. Thank you, stay in touch, and be blessed, and I love you all.